Hey, welcome home. I'm Ryan,
I'm Elie.
and today we're going to be talking about this podcast that we're starting. This is the first episode. So yeah, come on in, sit down, have a drink. We have hot cocoa right now. It is November 26th at about 7 o'clock at night, and we're just doing this in our little studio here. First of all, let's talk about who we are, how do we meet, and what this podcast is going to be about. So, like I said, my name is Ryan. I was born in, just kidding. I'm not going to go that detailed, but no, Elie and I met in high school. We went to a small high school, we should say, and I fell in love with her instantly.
We're 2 years apart.
We kind of on and off throughout the year, and then I'm just making stuff up right now. Anyways,
Are we actually going to explain?
I don't know.
I can explain.
Because I guess the thing that this is my side of the story. We did date this summer after we started talking, kind of. Because it was like the end of the year when we kind of really started talking, in my opinion. And in that summer, you didn't want to, hang out with me because of other reasons. And we broke up a couple times. And then we went back to school. The first day, you acted like you didn't even know me and didn't want to be my friend. But I wanted to be your friend still, and I was still trying to be your friend. And ever since then, we were best friends, and we had a class together. I don't remember when that was, but long story short, we met in high school. We got married in 2020 in September, right in the thick of it, basically. But we had a very small wedding. We only invited, including us, it was 12 or 13 people. So,
18.
What?
15 to 18.
15, 18 people?
15 to 18 people.
No, sweetheart.
Yes, because we had a photographer, and her boyfriend at the time, now husband, was with her.
Yeah, but that's including us. I'm saying everyone, it was 12 or 13 people. Because some people didn't come, remember? We invited 12, 13 people, and then some didn't come, and then including us and everyone else, it's 12 or 13 people. Anyways, we were living in Ellensburg. She went to college in Ellensburg, to Central Washington University, where I worked there as a custodian for a couple years. On and off because I got laid off because of COVID. Long story short, I had an apartment when I first moved up there, and then we had an apartment together. But when I got laid off, we came down and lived with her family for the summer, and then we moved back up there, had a different apartment, and then she graduated, and now we're here in what was her grandma's house that we are buying. I don't like saying buying. We didn't buy it, and we're not technically buying it. We're renting to own. It's kind of a long story. We can get into that some other time, but we are we're here. This is our house now, and we're doing a podcast. So tell your side of the story, and maybe you can do a better job than me.
Without airing out all of our dirty laundry.
I don't know what that means, but
and all the times we broke up. We met in high school. Like I said earlier, we are 2 years apart. So my sophomore year was his senior year. And one day, a friend of mine and I needed a place to sit for lunch. And at the time, we were able to sit in the library of our high school to eat. And
I just didn't know that you were going to go in deep.
Well, I'm going into detail about the good parts. You went into detail about the bad parts. So
I don't know what the bad parts are.
Anyways, we had a friend of mine and I had a friend who was his best friend at the time. And so we sat with her for lunch.
And what do you know? I was there.
The rest is history.
It kind of was. I was dating someone at the time who didn't live
Scandalous.
Anywhere close. It was like, I don't know, I can't remember now, but an hour away?
Way more than an hour.
See, I can't really remember.
It's probably like 4 hours away.
It's
know
not,
someone who lives there.
It's not 4 hours. I can tell you that.
Well, then my friend must be lying.
Maybe he may live in a different part.
It might be two, maybe minimum 2 hours.
Well, it's
minimum
like 108 miles. So
minimum 2 hours.
Sure, we can say that. Anyways.
She wasn't from around here.
Yeah, she wasn't, but oddly enough, like, she has been in the town because of sports stuff, and that doesn't really matter anymore, but because we're here now and we're
high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Which, let me see your finger. Neither of us are wearing our wedding ring today.
We're pretty bad about that. I'm actually probably the worst about it, just because it's not something I'm used to.
It's because he doesn't leave the house, so he never puts it on.
Well, that too, but even if I do, when I leave the house, it's to go to work, and I'm a sub-custodian in a couple districts, so it's like you can get dirty in those situations, and having a ring on when you're putting gloves on and dealing with stuff, it's just whatever, and I'm just not used to it. Plus, when I do stuff around the house, my dad lost his wedding ring by working on the house. But it doesn't matter anymore because they got divorced. So, but it's still funny. It's just we never found it. It's funny.
Maybe you should have known from that day.
Oh, well, yeah, maybe you should have. So, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah. So I guess you're in agreement with my side of the story then, like from high school and beyond.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. Anyways, so this podcast, I came up with the idea and the name and everything about it, including the studio. Because when I was younger and I was around my friends, we were talking, I always said, man, this would be a good podcast. Like our conversation, the fact that there's multiple people around a table, it was perfect. And I always had the idea of having a podcast. And I used to watch the Rooster Teeth podcast all the time when I was younger. And the one thing I knew was podcasting was difficult because of how you would release your podcast into the world. Like how people would listen, where the process of that, which is now a little less difficult. The setting up part is probably the most difficult. We were supposed to record this earlier, but I kind of gave up on it because it was pretty tough. But I figured it out. And as you can probably see by the quality, it's not that great. I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm using a pretty good camera. It's just the software. Locks it in at 720p, unless you want to pay for it. You would get better quality. And I might. I don't know. If you look at it different ways, that's whatever. But no, I finally decided to do a podcast because I want a studio for my YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. We both have YouTube channels.
He takes his seriously.
I do. It's kind of like my passion project.
Yeah, it's a good thing that he does.
My YouTube is just my name, Ryan Grins.
Go subscribe.
Yeah, and then Elie has a couple. I actually have a couple too, but we don't even have to talk about those. Go ahead.
I also have a YouTube channel for fun.
Yeah. She has 2 for fun.
I do have 2 for fun. Hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies. I pick up hobbies very quickly. I also drop them very quickly. So on my channel, I just upload basically whatever is happening in my life at the time or what I'm interested in. So as a in-between student teaching and teacher life.
Oh, we didn't even really get into that.
We can still, but I upload right now is a lot of teaching content, but if I'm into reading, it's reading content. So
yeah, and my channel I started a YouTube channel when I was in high school. I was gonna say 2017, but that's so wrong because that's when I graduated. But
Like 2015, 2014?
man, I don't know. I would have to look it up. But I was always serious about it, but I never had the money to have good equipment, good camera, good editing software. I legit was just working with what I had, which was a little camcorder my mom bought me for Christmas one time, and it was such a crappy camcorder, but I had fun with it anyways. And I wanted to do gaming videos. I went through different phases of gaming, non-gaming, gaming, non-gaming, and finally I came to the conclusion I have to work with the YouTube algorithm more. It's gonna it's not gonna work. So the other channel I have is Ryan Grin's Gaming. I have nothing on it. I made it
Not that long ago.
I would say 2 years ago. We were at Central Park. I'm pretty sure when I made it. So it's been a while. But yeah, I it's just not on my main dish. Does that make sense? It's on the back burner. I don't really care about it right now. I'm doing other stuff because on my actual main channel, I am working on the house. I'm renovating. This is one of the things that I did. And vlogs, decorating for Christmas, random crap, just anything pretty much. And I also have this YouTube channel. If you're watching, if you're just listening, you can go ahead and look it up on YouTube to see the video version. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been doing YouTube for like seriously for the past few years, and
we'll make it.
yeah, I have about 5,500 subscribers, I think, which is great, and I get a check every few months depending on how well my one YouTube video does. But in general, I love it. I like doing it, but it's the editing part that gets me every time. And I think having this and also my regular YouTube and potentially my gaming YouTube, everything will just be great. And I have lots to do here. Yeah. So I don't really know when we're going to be uploading episodes. I would like to do it every week. That would be fun. Maybe even sit down and decompress as a couple and talk about our weeks and our days, if that's something. Obviously, we're going to have to talk to each other during the week and tell each other things, but I think it would be good. And this space might change. I don't know. I'm looking at the monitor right now, and it looks pretty good. I like it.
It does.
I don't know how long we've been recording for, and I don't know if the first episode 0 would, should be long or not. But do you need to add anything about your YouTube, your plans? Oh, you're teaching. Yeah, you went to school as a...
I did just graduate from Central Washington University.
Which I would also say... Not a terrible school, but it's not. If you have other choices and options, go ahead and take those.
It depends on what you're going for and how bad you want what you're going for, I would say. I made it work.
We made it work, and definitely you made it work too, because I was working there for a while, and that was rough. But
But on the academic part of it,
yeah,
I made it work.
I don't really know that side of it. And
I'm still proud of the route that I took, because there is worse routes, especially in our area. I won't call that school out.
We could.
No, we don't need to though.
Okay.
But yeah, I have my bachelor's now in elementary education.
She's going to be a teacher.
I am also working on my endorsement in teaching English as a second language. I minored in it, but I still need to take the exam.
Which I had no idea about until
I think
a couple weeks ago.
I think I just reminded you. But
sure.
I just need to take a little bitty exam for that. and then get it added onto my degree, and then I'll be endorsed, which will help me get jobs. But I just finished my student teaching.
So technically, you're completely done.
So technically, I'm completely done with my degree. It just has to come in the mail in 6 to 8 weeks, minimum.
Yeah, and
But
I don't know about you, but the past couple years have just flew by.
they did. My student teaching came and went really fast. I'm still processing that it's over. I miss my kids. But in the meantime, because we're in the middle of a school year, it's going to be difficult.
I thought you were going to say pandemic.
The pandemic is over in my head.
Hey, we don't have to go that route.
Because we're in the middle of a school year, it's going to be difficult to get a full-time position. And also, I don't know if I'm comfortable accepting a full-time position in the middle of a school year because often, I mean, I can go on about this forever.
I would say that's probably like a culture shock too, you know?
Yeah, I can go on about this forever, but I don't think I would be comfortable accepting a position in the middle of the year because why is that position open in the middle of the year? There could be a lot of reasons, but I'm going to be subbing, so just picking up jobs when I can. Hopefully that starts soon. There's been a lot of paperwork issues and now issues with my degree, which shouldn't be coming up, but that's something I need to figure out. But I will be subbing, and then hopefully I will have a long-term sub position this spring, which will be about 3 months. And so that will be pretty consistent, and that will be nice because it'll be towards the end of the school year, and then we're going to go on a little vacay.
Yeah, and plus that will be like a peek into some real money because the last
some real money.
Last 5 months, neither of us have really been making any money. I mean, yeah. I started subbing at a district I used to sub at as a custodian a few years ago, but I live like 45 minutes away now, so the winter's coming up. I'm not going to be driving an hour and a half just to get to work a few hours, or maybe occasionally I might do that, but I also started subbing at another district that is a lot closer to the district that she was student teaching at, which I actually do enjoy, at least what I was doing. And I haven't seen a paycheck for either of those yet, but it's every month, a month late. And so we'll be seeing that. Plus she has this
little
side job thing that I don't really want to get into because it's just
basically just administration work.
Yeah, it's like, would you say like gig work? Some sort of like contract.
It's like
work.
I would say.
Yeah. I really hope I got that on audio.
I don't know what that was.
Because that was adorable. That was our dog laying on the ground. I don't know. Dreaming, maybe. Dreaming of food or going out and peeing.
Going outside.
I'm glad he didn't wake up because you said that. So, we've been just living off of what we've made in the past.
But we're good with our money. Maybe that's something we could talk about too.
This episode?
No.
Or okay. Yeah. Money wise, we can get into it some other time, but we are still doing surprisingly fairly well. But it is getting to that point where we should be getting real money, and because of that potential long-term sub and just subbing in general, I know that people need subs, so it'll be good. It'll be nice to get some real money into our bank account instead of just seeing it go and go and go. But
it'll be nice for me to get paid doing something that I enjoy doing.
And one of the reasons why I didn't get a full-time job is because I don't know what that was about. I think it's fine.
Okay.
This house is a full-time job. It is extremely it needs a lot of. It's a fixer upper. It needs a lot of love.
Yeah.
Not to get into it, but there is definitely some neglect, and it's not really the your grandma's fault. We mentioned it was her house, so I mean, she's old. How can we expect an old lady to take care of a house by herself? So I get it, but it needs work, and I'm ready for it, and that's what we've been doing, and I'm excited for it. Still, even though it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, so I think if you want to add anything, that's you can.
Oh.
Dude, he is out. He is dreaming of something.
I feel bad. I feel like he is having a nightmare. And I want to wake him up.
So, yeah, I think that this will probably be it for today's podcast. I was going to say episode because it's my outro for my YouTube channel. But, yeah, just to sum up things, this podcast is going to be about anything and everything. Just come sit down, have a conversation with us. Hopefully we can have a couple people on every now and again. Maybe some episodes will just be me with someone else, Elie with someone else, me and Elie with someone else. Who knows? We only have 2 microphones and the capability of only having 2, but maybe we can make it work. Because I did spend a lot of money on this setup, and I want to enjoy it and get it used to its potential. Anyways, I'm just talking out of my butt now. Yeah. Thank you for coming by and listening, and hopefully we can do this on a regular basis. Yeah, we'll see you guys next time, I guess.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.